Wuthering Waves just hit an achievement that only 2 other gacha games in history have hit. Wuthering Waves crosses 10 million downloads on TapTap alone. This is disregarding the Android store, the Google Play store. This is disregarding the Apple store. This is disregarding PC via their official client. On TapTap alone, Wuthering Waves has amassed over 10 million downloads. That is incredible. Now, if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the little bell notification. That way you remain up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post daily. Do not miss out. Wuwa has now become the 3rd gacha game to cross 10 million downloads in under 6 months, right after Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. And I know there are going to be immediately people that are thinking, but Stix, Zenless is probably closing in on 10 million too. Yeah, Zenless probably is, but we're not here to talk about Zenless because Zenless was a more recent release and evidently hasn't attained that number yet that I'm aware of. At least, I don't want to take away from Zenless's upcoming achievement, but at the same time, I do not want to take away from the current Wuthering Waves achievement. If you navigate on over to the TapTap page, you'll see that not only is Wuthering Waves listed as the number 8 action game right now, but it also has 10,050,000 downloads. This is up over 10,000 downloads since this was posted just several hours ago. I am curious of what the 10 most popular action games are on TapTap. It looks like Black Myth Pixel Edition, Blaze Blue Chaos Effect, Delta Operation, there's Punishing Grey Raven, Genshin Impact at number 5, Return of Dragons at number 6, Wuthering Waves at number 7. Oh, okay, so apparently it's at number 7, even though on the official TapTap page it listed it being number 8. Sure, Brotato? Okay. Okay, sure. Love and Deep Space at 11, Zenless Zone Zero at number 12, Snowbreak at number 18, nice. Okay, so, oh, Honkai Impact Third's down at 22. So evidently, a lot of people still seem to think that Punishing Grey Raven is the superior action game out of the two. I also see based off of this that Genshin Impact also has a higher rating and is more popular as an action game than Wuthering Waves, and that totally makes sense. I've never said that Genshin isn't a more popular game. It is, and it is deserved. I know some people are gonna get a little bit angry that I've stated that. This still is an incredible achievement, over 10 million downloads, rated number 7 in terms of action games in all of China, or action gacha games at the very least in all of China. This isn't the global TapTap website. This also isn't the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store. This is unrelated to global as a whole. China seems to have a more positive opinion or a more positive perception of Wuthering Waves right now. And I guess that's due to 1.3 with Shorekeeper. Before that, a lot of Chinese players were kind of upset with the game overall, and that is perfectly understandable. But with the release of 1.3 and Shorekeeper, we saw a mass influx of positive votes across every single platform, significantly boosting up the overall rating for every single region of the game. This is nothing but good news for Wuthering Waves because Chinese players are always a very important demographic for any game that releases in China, or any Western game as well. They are an enormous market when it comes to movies, TV series, and more importantly, video games. For anyone that was saying Wuthering Waves is a dead game, they are coping, beyond coping. Now let's see what some of these comments have to say. Before we go any further, let me take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal, and I can't thank you all enough for the support. Now let's keep talking. Free 10 polls, please. I need my Camellia funds. Right, when have Kuro not noticed that we hit over 10 million downloads? Dude, we need a free 10 poll for this, 100%. Limited banner, 10 poll, 100%, that's what we need. Well, if it isn't the totally failing gacha, that will totally end of service soon. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, only 10 million downloads on one platform. How terrible. Congrats, Kudo. Patiently waits for rewards. We all are. The great thing about this is it didn't happen during launch, it happened now, meaning there is undeniable proof that beyond its launch hype, there is a lot of interest in the game. 100%. There are some downvoted comments here that are hidden. I'm curious what they're gonna say. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume it's something related to Genshin, Hoyo, or just general Wuwa criticism. So let's take a look. Wuwa needs more characters, even filler ones. Other games have a lot of different characters. This is gonna help the game. While I don't disagree, I do genuinely think we need more characters. At the same time, I don't think we're really lacking in characters. We're getting like 2 to 4 characters for every single patch. I think that's already plenty. Plus it gives us time to save so we don't have to spend so much for fear of missing out on a character. What is TapTap? I mean, you know what, for someone that doesn't know, that's actually a genuine question. I don't know why that is as downvoted as it is. W News, we need to make sure Wuwa beats Genshin. So I knew this was coming. I knew without a shadow of a doubt there was going to be someone somewhere that brought Genshin into this. In the Wuthering Waves community, and like, don't get me wrong, I do genuinely like the Wuwa community for the most part. In the Wuwa community, there is always someone referencing Genshin. In the Zenless community, there is always someone referencing Wuwa. In the Genshin community, there is always someone mentioning the failed Tower of Fantasy or the failed Wuthering Waves. There is always someone mentioning one of the other major games, and it is just unbelievably toxic. You can't, I feel like you can't go into any topic without someone referencing one of the other games that are in direct competition with the game being discussed. In this instance, it's Genshin Impact. We do not need Wuthering Waves to beat Genshin. We don't need Zenless to beat Wuthering Waves. They are different games with different target demographics, with different graphical styles, different combat styles, different pros, different cons. Every game is unique in its own way and has its own unique dedicated player base. While there might be aspects of each game that are better or worse than the other, no game is infallible and is undeniably objectively better in every single way than the other. That is the long and short of it. That is the God honest truth. Anyone that tells you differently is biased. Do we though? Can't we just hope that both games keep forcing each other to be better and enjoy both? Exactly, yes sir, right? Wuwa's release helped push Genshin to become a better game. Genshin is still the more popular game, but Genshin is taking note of all of its direct competition. Azure Premilia, Everness to Everness, Project Mugen, evidently Wuthering Waves. These games, the fear of being left behind is only going to help Hoyo improve, and there is nothing wrong with that. We do not need a game to defeat Genshin Impact. Honkai Star Rail did that like a year ago. All we need are good games that are good by themselves, not good because they need to compete against Hoyo. No, we just need games that are good. That is it. That is thankfully what Wuthering Waves is. That is what I hope Neverness is gonna be, Azure Premilia is gonna be, Unending Dawn's gonna be, Project Mugen's gonna be. I swear people like you probably don't even play Wuwa, they just comment shit like this to make us look bad. Yeah, these type of MFs gives the impression this community is just a bunch of Genshin haters, despite it being one of the most wholesome communities I've seen. Okay, I'm not gonna say this is one of the most wholesome communities. I think that's that's definitely questionable. This is a gacha community after all. I do think Wuwa has a relatively good, kind community. Not all of them, granted, but I do also think that trolls do love pretending to be a part of a community only to attempt to discredit the community, to slander the community by being an absolute ass hat. And at the end of the day, those are always going to exist to make communities look bad and to try and get communities to engage one another. These are the kinds of people you ignore, and I'm glad this comment was downvoted because we don't need more hate in this community. There is already enough as it is. Once again, huge accomplishment, big win. I have no doubt we're only going to get more wins in the future, and Wuthering Waves is only going to continue to soar, and I'm going to love playing it and covering it every step of the way. Hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that. Sit your ass back down. Click one of the 2 videos that are going to be on screen in just a moment and keep watching my content. Keep enjoying my content.